movement is a very important movement. So let me tell you about it, because if we had been a little lucky, we could have become free in 1950. So what happens is that the Gadar movement happens during the first phase of the First World War, in which basically Raj Bihari Bose and Sachin Sanyal decide that they are going to try and cause a revolt in the British Indian Army, and they decide a date in the middle of February when they are going to cause this big revolt. And they infiltrate all the Indian regiments across India. And it's supposed to start out in a cantonment in Lahore, and then it's going to go across the country. Unfortunately, at the last minute, just 2 days before this revolt was supposed to trigger, what happens is that one of the people switch sides. So what happens is that just 2 days before it's going to take, this thing's going to happen, the British find out that this massive revolt is going to happen in the British Indian Army. And remember, they don't have troops to send back to India because they are all in France fighting the Germans. So overnight, what they do is they change all the guards of the armories from being Indian to being European. So all of a sudden, the Indian troops do not have access to their guns. And so this revolt fails, except, interestingly, in Singapore, where they haven't heard what has happened. And so there is a revolt in Singapore, and the Indian regiment in Singapore actually holds Singapore for a full week. But other than that, this revolt fails. There are small uprisings here and there, but ultimately an utter disaster. But it came within an inch of succeeding. And of course, Raj Bihari Bose dresses up as a cousin of Tagore, called P.N. Tagore. He gets on onto a ship and escapes to Japan. But Sachin Sanyal is captured from Varanasi, and they ship him. Many of his, by the way, colleagues are hanged, including some from Delhi, by the way. And then he is shipped off to Kaala Pani. That's the first time he would go to Kaala Pani for 5 years. He would go be shipped off to Kaala Pani. Yeah.